Values. Welcome to the values video. This is about finding your motivators. Values are a really important part of you as an individual, and it's a really important part when working with a coach on identifying your key values. So let's get into it. I want you to contemplate the following questions. What are your core values? What motivates you? What do you stand for? Knowing your core values, the order and the priority is really helpful when you come to decision making, problem solving, conflict resolution, team building, business planning, all those sort of things. Understanding your core values is a critical component of it. Your personal code of conduct is looking at your values and how your beliefs and what your beliefs are made of. And because your beliefs create your attitude and certainly your behavior. So when you're dealing with people, and we're certainly dealing with you as an individual, we're identifying your behavior, and often that leads us to questions around, well, what are your core values? So when we think about it, we all have sort of 5 or 10 core values. Let's identify yours. What are your top 5 or 5 preferred values? So, okay, grab a blank bit of paper and write down as many values as you can think of or identify. Okay, so now that you've done that, I want you to rank them. I want you to rank them in order of importance, so 1 to 5, 1 being the most critical. Now, here's a reflection, I guess, opportunity, or I want you to really dig deep on this one. Consider that a meaningful moment, a peak experience that stands out. You know, what happened to you, what was going on, what values were you honoring at this time? So take a minute to think about that and look at your 5 values. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Consider a time when you're angry or frustrated or upset. What was going on there? What were you feeling? Now flip those feelings around. What value is being suppressed at that point in time? So it's a really interesting reflection when you think about that one. And then 3, what's most important in your life beyond your basic human needs? What must you have in your life to experience fulfillment? Creating self-expression, strong level of health and vitality, a sense of excitement and adventure surrounded by beauty, always learning. What are your personal values that you must honor, and to really have that life that you want? Otherwise, you might wither away. So, how well are you living each of your values? Okay, let's assess how well you're honoring each of your values by scoring each of the one on a scale of 1 to 10. Where 10 represents optimal living of the value, what's your level of satisfaction with each of those values? So as you score 7 in a particular value, what changes do you need to make, or what needs to happen to you to further honor this value, or to move this up to where you want it to be? So maybe if it's a 5 and you want it to be a 9 or a 7, what do you need to do? And to help you with this, often it's good to have a value statement that goes with it. So to really write out what that value means to you. What does it truly empower you to do? So, it might be like honesty, always honest to yourself and others that you encounter all the time. Knowledge, always learning, understanding and educating for growth. Wealth, building and developing a lifestyle for financial independence. So that's values for you. A great exercise. I think it's one of the key fundamentals of really knowing yourself and setting goals and actions and moving yourself forward into the future. So hope you enjoyed that. Good luck with working out your values.